Today I'm putting together one of these robot grippers, and it comes with a package and there's some tricks to it, and you know, they don't give you any instructions on how to assemble it. And as part of that, there's a servo motor, which I've never worked with before, so I'm going to learn how to do that, and it came with a bunch of stuff. So the first trick is, let me go through assembling this gripper and show you what I've learned about that, and then in another video I'll go over the servo motor. Okay, so let's get started. Along with the frame here and these two gripper parts, the package came with several other components, like some various size screws, this cam-like thing, a metal washer, and a plastic spacer. The first thing I should point out is, you notice these two little arms right here? They're not the same length. You see that? This one over here, it's just a tad longer than that one. And there's a hint right there. So let me put this together bit by bit, and you can see if you agree with the way I'm doing it. If not, please leave comments down below. But okay, let's get started. I'll lay it out and we'll get to it. Here's the frame of the gripper, and what I first decided was that the motor goes in this big hole, by the way. The first thing I decided was that this would probably be one pivot point based on the size of the hole and all, and it would probably line up here like this, and then the other one would go over here something like this, and those two shafts we looked at earlier, those two arms, the one I'm pointing at right there, would probably connect here and then somehow connect to the servo motor right here. And yeah, that's kind of my first step. So let me do that here quickly, and then we will take a look at that, and you can see if you agree that that's a good first step. What I've done is I've used two of these longer screws. They come in, there's a couple different sizes here. I've used a couple of these to attach the gripper fingers on here like this. I haven't screwed them all the way down in case I change my mind, but that is step one. I think that's probably a pretty good guess. Next, I think I'll attach these two arms, one here and one here, and we'll see what that looks like. I put the first arm on here loosely. This is the longer of the two arms, and what I figured out was that this black spacer, you can see that black spacer needs to be on one of these two arms right here, so that the two arms don't collide with each other, that one will pass over the other. I'll show you that. I'll put it on here and then I'll show you what I mean by that. You can see that one arm needs to be higher than the other, so that, let me see if I can get this all together, so that when a screw is passed through here, that one sits nicely on top of the other. Can you see that? Like that. Because if they're at the same height, these two would be sitting side by side, and there's no way to run a screw through that. There's only, on the cam that it's got to go to, there's only one hole for it to attach. This big hole goes around the motor, the servo motor, and this is the attachment point for both of these arms. So like I said, one is going to need to be above the other like that. So that's where I'm guessing that spacer goes. Okay, I've got that cam piece on there. The servo will go up in there, and line this all up nicely, and what will happen is when the servo turns, this will rotate like that, and then it will close again like that. Okay, so let me put the servo in there. I won't be able to run the servo. I don't have it hooked up and I don't have a program for it yet, but we can at least see if that looks reasonable. And here we are. The servo's in place. These four screws go up under here. Can you see that? Go 1, 2, 3, 4 to hold the servo in. And that metal washer that I had earlier right here, probably there's going to be a screw in the package for the servo motor with just that right size screw like that, and that washer is going to go between the screw and the servo to hold that black cam in place. And otherwise I'm thinking it looks right, so I'm going to go ahead and tighten this all down, and that will be this video for how to assemble the gripper part. And again, I'll have another video for the servo motor and the program to run that. Okay, I'll tighten these down and I'll be right back. This is the finalized gripper. Let me go over it and summarize everything. Make sure we have all the information in one place. It turns out there are 3 different sizes of screws. There's a short, medium, and a long, and I'll use that reference. This over here is a medium screw, and you can see it goes into the frame. The next screw is a short screw, and it puts the long arm into the left side gripper piece. This is the longest screw right here, and it goes through the short arm, the spacer, let's see if I can get a better view of that spacer, and into the gripper claw. And one trick is you want to make sure that that screw does not come out below the level of that gripper claw, or it will hang up on there. Okay. Then the next one is a medium-sized screw which holds on the right claw of the gripper to the frame, and then a short screw which holds the arms to the cam piece. The remaining 4 screws will be used under here, 1, 2, 3, 4 to hold the servo on, and that's it for the part summary. There is one trick I found out. When you put in the screws, you tighten them down just a little bit tight so it's firm, and then back it off, say 1/4 or 1/8 of a turn, and what you'll do is you'll get the right amount of movement without getting too much play in it. And that was the trick I found on putting the screws in. Okay, well, that was it for the gripper claw. I hope you found it useful and interesting in your Raspberry Pi and robotics experimentation.